Yeah. Bro code.
Bro code, we in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. We in that mode, you know if we got a problem, we pull up in that JFF, fall on my bros. Collective like the colors in the rainbow. All of that talking you did on the net, we know that you only did it for a post. If I pull up then I get in the check, I need me like 500K for a show, or maybe more. And I got all of the stars in the ceiling cause we in a row. Yeah, just for the bros, brothers forever, so you know we got each other back. We aiming for gold, sticking together, careless about the weather, we never slack. Gotta stick to the code. Bro code, we in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bro Code. Welcome back, fellas. Man, how y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
Doing good.
Yes, sir.
You
shining nice, man. What's going on?
Bling.
I'm just saying, man.
A little bit. Okay, I'm trying just a little bit, you know.
So we got a conversation with
Oh yeah. So we got a good one. I think this topic today is gonna hit home for all of us, right? You know, because all of us we played sports,
right?
You know, we always looking at sports and things like that. Right. Yeah. We got kids in sports, or had kids in sports. But the topic for today is violence in youth sports.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this is one that I think is become more and more prevalent over the years, right?
Okay.
And it's just something that we got to figure out a way to try to stop it, right? To try to combat it, right? Because it's getting out of hand to where a lot of things are happening. Extreme violence.
Okay.
Right. And some of this stuff I've seen firsthand. I'm assuming that maybe you all have seen some of this firsthand potentially.
Small amount, but I know we had conversations about the stuff with with your son and playing football and the stuff that's been going on, and I like.
Yeah, you've seen it's been in the news.
Yeah.
So this is a wide range of youth. We're not just talking about high schoolers or middle schoolers. We're talking about down to elementary, because RJ's elementary, right?
Yeah, RJ's elementary. My son is elementary school.
Okay.
Elementary on up.
On up.
And are you seeing any youth violence in elementary at that
100%.
age?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
100%.
Yeah, we got to get into this. We got to get into this because, my thing is kids, why are kids violent?
But it's not just it's not even the kids.
Okay.
Yep.
It's the parents.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So we got
parents.
Yeah. So it's three areas we're gonna focus on, right?
Okay.
It's gonna be the coaches.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
The parents. Right. And then that flows all the way down to the kids.
Yeah, it does.
You're right. And it basically is, once we talk about it, you're gonna see how it makes a cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this cycle, I have noticed that has been going on for years, right? I even noticed it when I was playing, right? So let's start with the coaches, right?
Okay.
With coaches, there's always a need to win.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What coach I know you've coached and stuff like that, right? Has there been a time that you were coaching and you didn't want to win? Right. So
it's a difference in wanting to win by any means necessary and winning to basically as far as growth and what you're trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what coaching is. Coaching is teaching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like basically, I'm a football coach. So, basically when I coach, I dress like the players dress. Most coaches you may see out there with their polo shirt on, they khaki shorts and they Air Force Ones or whatever. No. When I come to practice, I got on some shorts, a t-shirt, and some cleats.
Yeah.
Because my biggest thing is when I'm teaching you and I'm coaching you, basically, I might have to get down on the ground. I might have to get dirty with you for you to get the concept that I'm trying to teach you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, as far as the winning, one of the main things about coaching, you ain't gonna always win. So the biggest thing is how you accept defeat. Okay. Defeat,
And teaching the kids how to accept defeat.
Yeah. The kids how to accept defeat. You should always be able to, take that defeat and take stuff from it to be able to teach. Okay, listen,
Teachable
this
moment,
the mistake that you made. You know what I'm saying? So next time when we're in the same formation, okay, that's the mistake I made. Look out for that.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing as far as, is competing against other coaches. Because I've been in environments where when I say any means necessary, literally any means necessary, all the way up from basically, okay, you want little Johnny 12, but you got a 10 and under, okay? He's 12.
They'll put him in there.
The height,
They will.
But what I'm saying, listen, but what I'm saying is his height don't show 12, his height show 9, 10, okay? So you're gonna sneak little Johnny in there, okay? His mama know he's 12, his daddy know he's 12, but everybody else don't know he's 12.
Right.
So now you as an other coach, little Johnny running all over your team, he's like, man, I was little Johnny. And then by the time the season over, that's when you find out little Johnny was 12. And you're like, man, what?
Yeah. But do you feel that these coaches they have something to prove, right? Because you got to think about it, it's a group of coaches, right? And they want to look good to their counterparts, right? So they like, hey, if they don't know that he's 12, I'm not gonna tell them, and I'm gonna let them play, right?
They do.
So it's a thing that they want to look good to their peers.
Yeah.
So I used to coach basketball. Me and one of my homeboys, Tony. Shouts out to my boy Tony Harper. We coached 2 different age groups, in different years. It was like, I think we coached like 9 to 10 and like 10 to 11, and then I think they didn't have any like 12 to 13s or something like that. So they kind of like moved them down, right? Yeah. So we was teaching the kids the right way, right? Sportsmanship, be competitive, growth, and it's just a game. Accept defeat, accept victory, right? So we was teaching our kids the right way. And we knew it was the right way because we saw where they started at to where they finished at, right? To the point where we saw a kid that couldn't hardly dribble to he can dribble in a straight line, and he even expanded like trying to cross somebody up. You know what I'm saying? So we saw the fun in it because we tried to make it fun for them. We didn't take the competitiveness out of it, but we didn't harp on that, right? Because most of these kids didn't play organized sports. Right. But we was playing in a league where coaches was stacking teams, or they was bringing their AAU team to play against these kids who, and as a competitor, myself who's played sports, like I never understood why they would do that, because what is your kid getting out of that? Right. Other than scoring points, because it's not reality. Right. Like you're not finna meet another kid that can't dribble the ball in the level that you at, and you're gonna score that many points on.
Yeah, so it's actually not a benefit to you at all.
It's not benefiting your kids.
Right. Yeah.
But like you said, they want to look good, the numbers. Oh, we won this.
Yeah.
Oh, we blew them out.
Right.
But the kids aren't growing.
Right.
Yeah, they getting up shots. Yeah, they scoring points, but they not growing. Right. They skill level not increasing.
Exactly.
Because you playing lesser competition. You playing down.
Exactly.
So how's your kids? So how's this benefiting your kid? You an AAU coach, but you got your kids over here playing kids at the Y who can't even dribble.
Yeah. Yeah.
They stealing the ball, 5 steals.
Yeah.
From a kid that can't even dribble.
So I've coached several times, several years, youth sports and basketball primarily. And AAU, the last league that I coached, very competitive. We all know AAU ball.
Oh yeah,
very,
definitely.
very competitive. And parents put a lot of money into it, right? So coaches have the pressure of, you want to win.
Yeah, especially money.
Because if they're coming from AAU, it's a different atmosphere, right? You want to teach growth and you want to teach, but what I like about the AAU is they have guidelines in place. You got to have birth certificates. You got to have all that prior to even coming to practice and everything. Right. So and it's well documented, because in AAU, if you get caught stacking, that's an organization, right? So they get fined heavily. So in that aspect as a coach, what I had to do is, I don't have to worry about the illegitimacy of a child, being stacked or whatever like that. But now what I got to do is I got to teach my kids integrity, and I got to teach my kids, when you're on this basketball court, you are under me now. So I had to separate parents. So if we're having team meetings or a team huddle, parents are not allowed. After the game speech, parents are not allowed. Because what that does is it puts that child in a position where they don't know who to listen to.
Right.
My mom and dad's right here, talking. Daddy don't agree with what coach saying, and now you got this, attitude,
power struggle
like that.
Let's hold that one, because that's gonna be in one of the subjects.
I like that one because I got something to say about that.
I was over here laughing when you said, in the AAU, basically with the birth certificate and all that. Not in football. Okay.
It's different in football?
Different in football.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how it's different because I coached for a long time, so I know all the tricks and trades, and I've seen a lot of the different stuff, and like. And I guess I gotta have to be real with this.
Because you did some of it too.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I did. Okay. But the reason why I did it because I'm saying in too long to make it right, but at the same time, literally here I am coaching the right way, and the competition
they're not doing it.
that I'm going against, I'm like, okay,
they're not doing it right way.
I know this dude is 13, 14, 15.
Right.
Like the way you run this football, come on, man. Yeah. No. So literally, I'm saying what I did was one of my coaches was an old school high school coach. So he was like, Coach, listen, I know you're trying to do, I'm saying the right way, be loyal and all this thing, trying to teach these kids, but in this league, you see what you're up against. Okay? Yeah. So with the birth certificates, okay, it's simple. Okay, you take a kid that's 12, okay, you 12 or under, you got a kid that's 12, okay, but your son 14 years old. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take a birth certificate, I'm gonna take his picture, put it on top of that birth certificate, and send it on because
he didn't say that. He did not say that.
They do have because like my son played this year, and they call it a certification process, right? Yeah. There are ways. I mean, because I'm just uploading the documents, and so you can forge them if you want.
Wow.
Even with certification, okay, if you got a team that got maybe like 20 players, right? Your certification booklet probably about like this.
That's what I saw. Yeah, I was big. Yeah.
If you got a team that's coming in 30 plus players, and they book like this, but you ain't finna sit there and dissect every page.
Right.
And that's what they was doing, okay? Because there was a lot of teams that we played against, they put them last just because of the fact of the matter of you got over 40 players.
Well, like you go to
they ain't even trying to flip through all these pages, they just gonna send the whole book.
But I'm gonna be honest, as a parent, I would be disappointed if I had a coach to say, hey, I want your 14-year-old to play down here with the 10.
Right, you shouldn't do that.
No. As a parent,
listen, okay.
My kid's not playing down.
I get what you're saying, but here's, okay, so you as a parent, you like, listen, man, you know what, Coach, I don't know, my son 14, you really want him to play with the 12-year-olds?
Right.
Nah, not, even though gender has nothing to do with it, as a single mom, yes, I'm saying, you working, okay? You know your son good at football. You want him to play. And still, you can't afford.
That's a whole nother topic.
You can't afford for him to play football and take care of him and buy cleats and shoulder pads and all that stuff. However, me as a coach, I see that.
But I don't believe it has nothing to do with allowing the kid to play at a lower age.
It does. I'm saying. So now here's my thing, Ms. Jackson. Guess what? I know you're working through the 11 shift. I know you can't have little Tyrone at practice every day. I'm gonna come pick him up. What? You don't have the money to pay for him? Don't worry about that. How much the light bill is? What? $40? I'm gonna give you that too.
Man.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy some cleats.
And I'm gonna buy these cleats. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to Ross right here and get these $20 cleats.
Under Armour.
I'm gonna feed. I'm saying. So now you ain't worried because little Tyrone playing football.
Little Tyrone doing what he want to do.
And you did all that, but think in your mind. You know he's 14 playing with these 12-year-olds, but guess what? My light bill paid. Ain't got to worry about taking the traffic. Ain't got to worry about buying no cleats. None of that.
Okay, let's go back to the coaches, right? Let's focus on the coaches for this.
Right.
All right. So, what do y'all think causes the not only the aggression the coaches towards the kids, right? There's aggression towards the kids. There's aggression towards the referees, right? And then the use of, I hate this part, the profanity that goes towards the kids, right?
Right.
You know, what do y'all feel like? What's the reason behind a coach? Because I've coached several baseball teams, basketball teams, right? And there's never a time where I felt the need to curse at a child. Right. I'm there, like you said, I'm there to coach them, to teach them, right? They gonna mess up. They're not professional, right? You know what I mean? So there's gonna never be a time to where I would want to talk like that to your child, because I wouldn't want you to talk like that to my child.
Exactly. So I'm gonna say it's probably a collection of things, right? Because we grew up in a different era. We'll just be honest. And most of the coaches now, they're probably like our age or maybe a little bit older. So we grew up in an era where, we used to get cussed out in practice. Because we did. You know, Coach Henry, Coach Slaughter.
Hit the side of your head.
They let us, Coach Justin for sure, they let us have it, when we was doing, subpar, in the drills or in the scrimmages. And I think, part of it too is poor sportsmanship. You know, they don't want to lose. They don't want to be a loser. They want to be a winner. Like, oh, I want to win. This is how I'm going to win.
Yeah.
But it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the collection of, those things, it creates a bad environment for kids.
Yeah.
Some kids, it pushes them to not want to play.
Right.
I'm going to say this. You coach how you parent. Let me see what I mean by that. If you're a parent that scold your kids like that, cuss them like that, whatever, when you're on the field, that's what you look at. Literally, like, these your kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So sometimes, no matter how you try to not do it, it's gonna come out. Mm-hmm. Because you're so used to basically, if your kid make a mistake, you say, oh, just sit your ass, all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On the field, you messed up the play, whatever, all that, it's gonna come out.
I'm gonna agree with you on that, man. Because again, like I said, when we was coaching the kids at the Y, we had 2 kids on our team that was in the AAU, and you could tell their skill level is above the other 8, 9 kids that we had, right?
Yeah.
The one father, and with his son, he was that parent. If his son missed a layup, or he didn't take a shot when he thought he should have took a shot, or he didn't take a kid off the dribble when he thought he should have took him off the dribble, whatever the parent was thinking that his kid should have did that he didn't do, he would let him have it. And all game long, we would hear him on the other side, just going off. Yeah. And he would be the only one that we would be hearing, and it's like, bro, it's a kid game. Like, it's kids out here.
And it's so frustrating as a coach, right?
Oh, it is very frustrating.
You can't really do anything about it because they're in the stands. And that's why I had to separate my parents from, like, communications while the team was at practice or during game time, because that's a lot of pressure on that child. So to answer your question, why do you think coaches, coach that way? And we talked about it before, mental health, what people go through outside of,
sports,
you know what I'm saying, outside of sports. This is almost like the workplace, right? What you got going on at home, you can take that into the workplace. It's the same thing with coaching, right? And volunteering, like, you think we're talking about volunteering.
Volunteering. We ain't getting paid for this.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So you're doing that outside of your working hours. Yeah. So they got that pressure too.
Yeah, and like you said, like the how they parent at home, right? So on my son's football team this year, it was like 6 coaches, right? And there were 2 in particular that was always cursing.
Yeah, you ain't care for them.
You know what I'm saying? They was cool people, no doubt.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was good at what they was doing, but it was 2, and then the other ones you never heard them talk like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that makes sense. They probably don't, parent that way, right? But just being honest though, I never missed any practice. I was always there on the field. Like originally they said, hey, parents can't be on the field during practice. I still was there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I talked to the coach and they said, oh yeah, we told, because the team mom sent out a message. And they said, oh yeah, you cool, you can stay down here, right? But little did they know, you know what I'm saying, soon as they call RJ or MF, we're gonna be having problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because it's certain ways, like, you talk to your son like that, some other dads and stuff out there, but you know what I'm saying, you can coach my son, I want you to coach him.
Right.
You can scold him, you know what I'm saying, you can yell and all this kind of stuff, but when you start doing
crossing the line,
aggressive and stuff like that, say, hey man, I was gonna pull him to the side and say, hey.
Now, you as a parent, can you stop the coach from cussing, or can you, or do you just pull your kid out?
That's tough.
Well. So for me, I'm just telling you what I was gonna do if they did that to him.
Here's what we talking about violence.
You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna say, hey man, but yeah, it's violent. I was like, don't talk to my son like that. I was gonna let him know, right?
Yeah.
But am I gonna fight him? No, right? But I'm gonna say, hey, don't talk to my son like that. I don't agree with that, right? And then if it kept going, then that's gonna be my determination to pull him out or something like that, right? Because
so let me say this.
Yeah.
So basically, also, when it comes to coaching, it's also about your leadership skills. Okay, literally, me, I can only speak for myself. Okay, so basically, when I'm coaching, it's more so of, like I said, when I come to practice, as of one of y'all, that's older. Okay, I can't see myself saying, hey, okay, because what you're saying, the cursing and all that comes from frustration for somebody basically you trying to tell them what you want done, but you're not showing them how to do it.
Well, that comes from you. I guess it's the words that you know how to use, right?
But what I'm saying, but also, what I'm saying is, you as a coach, I'm saying a lot of people look at, okay, I'm the coach, then basically if I tell you this, you should be able to do it. I just like one of the main things was so funny to me about coaching football is every parent that show up, my son a quarterback. Okay, well, I play the position. Your son can't throw from here to this cup. He ain't a quarterback.
But still,
Okay.
but regardless of regardless of all that kind of stuff, these are kids. And when I'm talking about, like, we're talking about the younger kids now.
Right.
There's nothing that should cause you to use profanity at them kids.
Right.
No, that's true. That's true.
What I'm telling you is, I agree with you.
Yeah.
However, once again, it's about how you teach versus coach. Okay, it's a difference between teaching and coaching. Okay, yeah, I can say, hey, you know what? Pick that cup up right there. And then if you pick it up wrong, then I'm like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Pick the cup up.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the cup up. No, Emmett, that's wrong. But guess what? Instead of saying pick the cup up, you picking the cup up. But if it's a certain way I want you to do it, I can say, you know what? Squat down, pick the cup up, and come up with the cup. That's me coaching and teaching you.
But what does that have
a
to do?
lot of them just want to just teach. A lot of them just want to coach, not teaching.
Right.
So the frustration comes in, the cuss words comes out, and it shows your lack of basically patience for one.
Communication is the biggest thing.
For
Yeah.
another.
They're not communicating what they're wanting from the kid, especially if they're having to talk like that. No, I'm with you, Rico, because my youngest son played football and he played basketball, but I was there for football.
Yeah.
But I always had those conversations with him about sportsmanship and about, being a team player and about, because he always felt like they were supposed to win, like every time.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not reality. That's
Right.
not realistic. You're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, but you're supposed to learn and grow.
See, my Bulldogs lost. They lost. They won.
That was on us.
So yeah. So that's the yelling and the cursing and stuff. So when is physical touch by hitting kids?
Okay, so
That's zero tolerance.
I don't. Yeah.
So what
Zero
about
tolerance.
the thing that was at Mays when that happened, or when the coach?
Oh, with the coach, punch the kid in the stomach. Yeah.
Right. So, so now when he punched the kid in the stomach, would y'all have thought that kid that took the helmet off and smacked him in the head with the helmet? You know what I mean? Like, why would you hit a kid just because he did something wrong? Again, it's a teaching, and nobody out there getting paid for nothing.
Right. Well, and especially in his case, because he wasn't even a real coach, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was just like a volunteer or something like that. But to me, that's going way beyond boundaries. Like, I think there are unspoken boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And in life, sports, whatever you want to call it, they're there, right? Touching somebody else's kid, especially in this day and age, when people killing people by their kids, when most people, you can't even say something to their kid in a classroom, in a school, but you put your hands on a kid on a football field, an extracurricular sport that nobody out here, ain't none of these kids getting paid for this.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This voluntary, they voluntarily out here making these school football teams and these school basketball teams.
Right.
Yeah.
No, man, that's a no-fly zone.
Yeah. And also staying with the coaches, right? So there's been a lot of referees that have decided to step out of youth sports. Because the violence that the coaches are putting on the referees.
The coaches are ridiculous.
For bad calls or things like that, right? Yeah. Like, I think there was a situation, y'all remember Talib. Aqib Talib, he was for the Buccaneers, right? Mm-hmm. So they ran in Dallas. They had a youth sports football program they was running. I think like a lot of NFL players came out of that program, right? Mm-hmm. So Aqib, he had an issue with one of the referees or whatever. So they had some kind of confrontation, right? Mm-hmm. And so his older brother stepped in later on and shot the referee.
Yeah.
Right? So
I just saw that recently,
Yeah, and so he ended up turning himself in. Mm-hmm. He got 37 years in prison.
Yeah. It is not that serious. First of all, again, it's voluntary sports.
Yeah, I get paid.
Ain't nobody getting paid. Ain't nobody signing no deals.
Right.
People, it's for the kids, and I think we had this conversation before. Parents live vicariously through their children.
Yes.
They didn't play sports and do certain stuff in school, so now they trying to live it out through their kids.
So boom, let's go with the parents now.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
You let us right into it.
So the parents are the parents, and y'all probably don't want to hear this. But the parents are the worst perpetrators.
Parents on a trip.
So before you get to the parent, let me say one more thing on that last little bit as far as I'm saying with the refs. So being a coach, I have to stand up on the coaching side for this part of it, because you do have some refs that just call the most bogus calls.
Some of them do.
You gotta let them have it.
But here's my thing.
Exactly.
And I have been that coach that literally lost my voice for fussing at the referee. However, it was not just about the bad call. It's the fact of the matter, okay, you got this kid that literally just took an illegal hit. I give you a quick story. I threw in the towel, as they say. I threw in the towel in the game because literally we played this team out in Bankhead, Georgia Rattlers. Literally, they was up for this bowl game or whatever it is in youth sports, okay? Literally, you sat there as a referee and watched one of my players, the dude, he run the football on the kickoff return. The dude grabbed him on the leg, he's trying to get loose, and the other dude literally took his helmet and broke his hip. Okay. You as a ref did not flag that. I lost it at that point, bro. I literally lost it. Because now I'm thinking about this kid who literally laying here in all this pain, and you broke his hip, and you said that was not an illegal hit. So literally, it just depends on the calls when it comes to the coaching and the referee.
How do you think Kirby Smart felt when they called horse collar on Georgia?
Yeah.
And he clearly grabbed the shoulder pad. And the next play they got the ball back and scored a touchdown. You don't think Kirby was irate?
Or when he caught that ground assisted catch.
Right.
You know, not making the excuse for them, but
what do you do?
It goes on at all levels. And it
doesn't equal gunplay.
It doesn't. It doesn't equal violence. It doesn't, because you have. And I know I'm gonna say this, but I love sports and I'm competitive too. But at the end of the day, it's just a game, bro.
That's it.
You take your L, you gather the troops, regroup, and you come back out again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like none of it constitutes taking somebody's life. Injuring somebody.
Right.
It's not, because, I mean, you're not going to be coaching next year if you do that.
Messing up your life.
Yeah.
Right.
So what we're going to talk about is parents.
So the parents, right? So again, just like you said, some of the parents, they're living.
They're the biggest perpetrators, man. I've seen it firsthand.
Right. So they think
on both sides.
They think little Johnny, he ain't but 6, 7 years old or whatever. Oh, they think he gonna be in the NFL. He gonna be in the MLB. Like, come on, right? And they want and they crying about playing time, right? Yeah, they play. You pay money and stuff like that. But the playing time is a big thing. Mm-hmm. Or my son's supposed to be playing quarterback when he can't throw from here to that
to the cup,
yards, right? Anywhere, right? So parents are really causing some issues, right?
They do.
Firsthand, playing football, you're gonna have kids that's gonna start doing a little rumbling or whatever, right? Fighting on the field or whatever, break them up, right?
Right.
So that happened to us early in our football season this year. Kids, start kind of, scrapping a little bit, pull them apart. So pull one kid come to our sideline, the other kid go to the other sideline. Why did the little boy on the other team, his dad went to the sideline, grabbed his son, and walked out onto the field with his son so he can keep fighting?
Oh, wow.
That happened with Yost?
It was
wild.
It was our 7 and under team. So this is a 7 and under team. No, sorry. So much stuff happened with my football team.
Yeah, apparently.
This was our. I got nothing for the 7 and under.
Tucker, right?
Yeah. So the boy, and this team was from Douglasville, maybe or something like that. But yeah, he walked his son back onto the field, right?
Yeah.
And was trying to get the other little boy to come over there so they can fight.
So
that's crazy, man.
Let me say this. Yeah. As a football coach, once I know who's on my team, the first thing I do before the season even starts is I call a parent coaches meeting.
Yeah.
That's the very first thing I'm going to introduce myself, who I am, what I stand for, and what my goal is for the season.
Okay.
Then I'm going to give you my rules. Okay.
Yep.
One thing about me, I know you paid 2, 3, whatever you paid for your kid to play on this team. If you step out of line with this nonsense, you and your kid got to go.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Why I do that? Because at the end of the day, we said, now you causing commotion for my whole team.
Right.
And not only are you causing commotion for the kids who trying to learn, now you causing commotion with the other parents. Okay? Now it's a bigger mess. Yeah. Okay? I'll give you a prime example. Okay? We had this boy that he got hurt at practice. At this time, I'm the defensive coordinator. I'm not the head coach. Okay, head coach, the little boy laying on the grind. He don't got hurt. His dad by 6'7". Okay, by 6'7". His mom, they literally watching you. So I'm looking at you like, okay, bro, the little boy got hurt. You steady running plays around the boy as if he don't exist. So quite naturally, the parent is hot. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I blew the whistle like, stop, bro, listen. You got a kid that's down here.
He was doing practice?
You see his daddy? Yeah, it was at practice. You see his daddy like literally hot right now. He's 6'7". Bro, I'm not helping you fight. Okay?
Oh, man.
At the same time, but no, here's my thing. Like, some coaches, you do the dumbest stuff, and you should expect that parent to react. That's their kid. You literally run and draw plays, stepping over this kid, and literally watching him hurt, and you ain't even stop practice.
They can't be real.
That's wild.
Being real with you.
Wow.
That's wild.
Then one of the star running backs that you brought on the team literally fell on his arm and hurt it, and you shot the whole practice down. So I was hot at that point because now I'm looking at like, look, bro, listen. Last week we had a kid, little chubby kid, okay, on the line, but the size, it ain't about the size. It's the fact of the matter of your compassion was nowhere near saying what it is as this dude that you recruited just because he can run the football better than the kid who literally blocking on the line.
Yeah.
So now you shut the whole practice down. Everybody on one knee because he don't hurt his arm, but you didn't do that. This kid laying on the ground literally in pain, and you run and play stepping over the kid.
Yeah, that's hurting that kid's self-esteem.
Right.
Yeah.
So that part right there. So that, like I said, when it comes to the parenting, some parents, it just depends on the situation. That's why I always have a coach and parent meeting. Listen, okay, I know you think Lil Johnny the next Lamar Jackson. Okay, but I'm here to tell you, I got certain drills and stuff that's gonna show you he's not. I had once again, and I'll let y'all talk. I had a parent that came to me because I agree with what you said. One thing about parents, when I'm paying my money, I'm watching my kid. I'm seeing if you're gonna put my kid in this game. I'm seeing what my kid is doing. Okay, this lady came to me. She's a coach. I watched this whole game, and I didn't see you put my son in at one time. Okay, I'm a single mom. I work hard for my money. He want to play football. I pay for him to play. Why he ain't playing? Okay, me personally, I'm like this right here. Okay, you know what?
Because that's real right now. That's real.
But guess what? I respect that. I respect how you feel.
Right.
You concerned about your son. I said, what are you doing Monday at 5 o'clock? She's like, I just be getting out of work. Wow. I said, okay, so you want to know why I didn't put your son in the game? Come to one of my practices, and that's going to answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
When she came to practice, he whipping and running and doing all this, jumping around, playing on her. When she snatched him up so quick, she's like, I ain't paying money for you to do all this. I said, that's why I'm saying, my job is to coach your son on the football field. It ain't to make him want to play. Right. That's your job. You paying money for that.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't even her job. He should be wanting to play if he out there because, and piggybacking off of what you saying with the whole meeting situation, a lot of parents are unrealistic about their kids in sports. And I'm gonna just be honest. A lot of these kids, they can't even tie their shoes, but you want them to, but you think they're finna be the next Michael Jordan. Yeah. That's not reality. Yeah. Like we have to be realistic about our kids as parents and not put them in bad situations. Perfect example. We did the same thing. We had parent meeting. You know, outside of with the kids, this is our goals for the season. These are expectations for the parents. You know, we set a snack schedule and all that stuff. Hey, everybody out here just to have fun and learn and grow. Right. You know, we didn't think that we had to address behavior. You know what I'm saying?
We even had parent fines, right? So if you step out onto the field, $50. Like for every person that's not supposed to be on there, $50, right? And
in a game or in practice?
In the game.
In the game,
In the
okay.
game, right? And so then that goes to the team, and then your team can't play again until those fines are paid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, so they'll send it, if a bunch of people, if it's $500, then y'all got to come up with $500 before you can play another game.
Yeah. And the parents, they make the kids be bad too.
Right.
They make the kids be bad because they steady telling the kid, I don't know why you ain't playing. I don't know why you ain't playing. The other kid, he can't dribble.
Right.
Well, your kid can't dribble either.
Right.
Matter of fact, your kid shot the ball in the wrong goal.
Right.
But you think he better than this kid right here?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Again, we don't set our kids up for success. We're not realistic with our kids.
Yep.
Like when my son was playing football, he was playing in like, I think he was 8, 9, something like that. But it was like the city league with the tackle football. I always had them conversations with him, and I always told him about sportsmanship. And I was always at every game and watching. You know, I always supported him. But when he would mess up, we had a conversation.
Yeah.
And after so many you don't want me to walk out on the field on you.
Yeah.
And I had to walk out on the field on him because I meant what I said about sportsmanship.
Yeah.
You can't get mad because your line not blocking, and then you think you just finna throw the ball at the referee like he did it.
Right.
The refs 9 times 10, they're not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
They might penalize a team if he a jerk, but they understand it's, Lord, no, because it starts from there. Like, again, you got to plant seeds, right? You're not gonna win every game. Every play not gonna be a successful play. You're gonna get tackled, but you have to plant these seeds.
Right. Yeah.
I went out on the field and I made him apologize to the referee. And I made him get the ball back and hand it to the referee like he was supposed to.
That's parenting.
Was that a bit much? Possibly.
Yeah.
But I don't care because I meant what I said.
Yeah.
When I was saying sportsmanship is more important than wins.
Yep.
And that $50 you would have had to pay.
And that $50. But I would have paid it though because I was gonna prove my point.
And parents have to realize too, like, you have to really look at the intangibles too that comes with your kids playing in sports, right? Yeah. It's not always about playing time and being the best player, the best athlete or whatever. You know, I had a situation where my son, we were playing 9 and under, and he was 8. So I was coaching on that. I was an assistant coach. So head coach said, man, Austin can play if he wants to. He could play up, So I was like, you know what? This might be a good opportunity. He's not the best, This is his first time playing basketball. But what we got out of that, and he didn't play. He only played in like 2 games.
Right.
He only played in 2 games. But the intangibles that I saw, he learned teamwork. He learned hard work. He learned, how kids go back and forth and be competitive and talk noise and everything like that. So it's like, even though he didn't play in the game much, he got so much value just being around other kids that's older than him, practice, working hard, learning Euro step. It don't matter about playing time. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at that as a parent, you look at the intangibles that child is gaining.
Yeah, and you learn how to be a good teammate.
Yeah, and if you watch them, you'll know what extra stuff you need to work on there.
Exactly. That's right.
After the fact, right?
Right.
That's right.
And that's the point I was trying to make, and you hit the nail on the head. And that's what I was telling you about RJ. One of the biggest problems when it comes to the parent and coaching situation is literally you want to come tell me my job with this kid, but when I'm showing you this product that you bringing to me, where he needs work at, you don't want to take that extra time.
They don't want to invest in
that stuff.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that he's a quarterback, but he can barely throw from here to there, but you ain't out there doing throwing drills with him.
Right.
Okay. So my biggest thing is, but then when I'm not putting him in the game, you want to fuss and fight about the money you paid. Okay. If you would like the basketball thing, okay, he can barely dribble. Okay. It's camps for that. Okay, it's different camps for different things.
Right.
If you want your kid to be the next whoever, you got to invest in your kid.
If you serious, you got to invest in
Don't just drop your kid off and say, hey, you know what? He going to be the best running back on your team, and he'll never get in because he ain't that fast.
Right.
Now you mad at me because I ain't put him in. You say he was the best. I didn't say he was the best. I'm sitting here watching the prospect every day, and I put who I thought was the best in it.
Yeah.
Now, do he have potential? Yeah. Okay, so do everybody else on the team. But it's all about how much time and effort and energy you want to put into your kid.
Yeah.
Don't think that I'm supposed to just overlook all the other 40-some players just to show your kids some special attention.
Right.
So that says that the parents, so we see that the parents are the worst, right? So parents are showing violence not only to the coaches, the referees, right, but also to their kids at the same time.
Yes.
And let me look in the camera when I say this. Stop buying your kids Jordans when they can't even tie their shoes and putting them on the basketball floor like they finna blow up. It's not about to happen.
That's right.
Stop doing it.
That's right.
Stop making your kid feel like he is under pressure to perform. He is not.
That's right.
Not at that level.
Yeah.
It take years. Especially if you ain't sending your kid to no camp, you ain't trying to help them grow. You want to invest in shoes, but you don't want to invest in their skills. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop putting that pressure on them kids. Okay, let's go.
And then the last one we missed, right, is also parent.
I'm serious, man. I get tired of seeing that, man. Every kid on the floor got Jordans, but they can't even make a layup.
Right.
Stop it. Stop it.
Still peeing in the bed. Like,
Right.
They go get some Shaqs. Can't shoot a free throw.
No. Put them in some Pumas or something, man.
Funny, man.
So the last one we missed was the parent on parent violence.
Okay, let me
Right.
Oh, bro.
Hold on. So I'll let you go. Right. So the parent on parent violence. That one is.
We got stories of him.
That one is frequent and very often, right?
Yeah.
And just my quick story is, it was two parents arguing, saying this year, right? So they arguing back and forth, right? One lady, she was upset because their team lost, right?
Okay.
And the other one is cheering, whatever, right? So, they try to walk past each other. They can't do that,
No.
right? So now we got fisticuffs, right? So they throwing hands, right?
What?
Yeah.
And the one lady, she had a baby in her hand, and I tried to jump in to try to
the baby? Yeah.
Well, somebody was trying to grab the baby. I was trying to separate the girl off of her,
Right.
because she had a baby in the hand or whatever, right? So then I
is crazy.
see that one of the coaches, I guess that was his baby mama, some wife or whatever.
boy.
So he come running off the field. Then another dude come running, and then now they swing. So I step back, right?
So, yeah, you supposed to.
And so I already
I'm
knew
not
that the
stepping in, first
situation
of all.
was gonna go left when people started running towards the parking lot area.
Oh, yeah.
You know what time it is.
Right. So when that happened, I told everybody, "Hey, you just stand back because this is what's about to happen."
You're right.
And the guys went to the car to pull a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So they pull a gun, police called and all this kind of stuff. And mind you now, my son's team wasn't playing. This is 7 and under. These are 7-year-olds playing football.
Wow.
The moms get into
They got
it.
gunplay.
And then the dads run off. One dad run off the field. The other one was evidently already in the stands. And we pulling out guns.
But that's traumatic for kids that age.
Bro,
That-
what?
that
and
is
so
trauma.
and so this
It is.
is it's kids everywhere seeing grown people act like this.
Yeah.
So let me touch on a couple things. You said it's traumatic.
It is.
Is it really when you teaching your kid to be a thug like that?
That's trauma.
No,
That means that child is
that's what I
growing up
said.
in trauma.
No, I mean,
Trauma,
it still
when you teaching them to
can be
tough,
trauma, yeah.
Tough guy, thuggish like that.
Yeah.
That's basically natural. Okay, that's what you see what I was talking about. Yeah, that's how you handle it. No, it's not how you handle it.
And you don't have to be
It's
and
not.
Right.
you
That's
don't
right.
necessarily say a thug don't necessarily mean they tough.
Right.
What I'm saying.
Right.
So with the
Or don't have feelings.
with the parent on parent, this is what I always say, man. And you have to be careful when you go to these games and stuff. When I tell you I don't see so many fights and stuff, it's just ridiculous. Number one, okay, you can't be verbally abusing somebody's kid and you don't even know if their parent is there.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, look at number 65. He too slow. But his mama sitting right next to you while you saying that.
They don't even know it.
Like you said, you don't
You
even
finna
know
get a
that.
whole elbow to the temple.
The whole time. The whole
Talk about
time.
it. Yeah.
He got one more thing to say about my baby. I'm about to let
Yeah.
I've literally heard that before.
For real.
In the stands.
Yeah.
Right, in the stand. So
Yeah.
I give you a quick
It happens.
story.
It does.
I went to a high school game. Okay. Matter of fact, that's why you keep saying Tucker versus Stevenson. Okay. Literally, I'm looking like, okay, me being a head coach, I'm looking at, because I go to the games to scout to see the up and coming talent
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I'm on the 50-yard line with my chair. I'm always watching the game. Literally, you getting blowed out like 65-0. It's like third quarter. Okay. Me as a head coach, I'm like this. Hey, baby, go ahead and take it on in. We don't lost this one. Okay. You take the kids. Y'all go ahead on. Go. Okay. You didn't do that. Okay. Your team instead of getting blowed out. Next thing you know, I'm sitting listening. Oh, that's why they should have never hired him in the first place. Okay, bro, you need to make that phone call. Make that phone call like real quick. Okay. And they should have fired him. I want to see why he still got a job. Instead of all that mouth. His wife right there and his daughter.
Yeah.
So literally, she turns around and said, "Can y'all chill with that? Be who you supposed to be." Oh, but it went.
Oh,
when I tell
man,
it
that's
went
just
left.
disrespectful.
Next thing you know, boy, they fighting.
This is a kids game?
But it's high school.
Oh, high school
I'm
game.
saying they fighting in the stand. You don't left your team on the field. And you
To go fight too?
in the stand, all y'all fighting, not a player fighting.
'Cause his wife
you
up there, he
fighting.
trying to- his wife up there.
When you literally should have just called her and said, "Hey, you know what? We don't lost this one. Get out of here." because it's about to get ugly. Okay?
Yeah.
Literally, bruh. And so me, personally, I was one of the ones that got into this music. But I grabbed him. Okay? And this is what I told him. I said, bro, listen, as a head coach, your mindset should be on these kids who just got destroyed by 60-some points.
Yeah.
What are you teaching them by running in the stands to fight?
Well, at that particular point, right, you gotta think about it. It's somebody that's his wife and whoever up there.
Right,
He
once again, you should have made that phone call.
Well,
to have them. Look, baby. No, as a coach, that's why when I'm coaching, if I got a significant other or you at the game with me, I'm literally gonna tell you, baby. No, if you see us getting blowed out, go ahead and get up out of here.
So why? So tell me, why would you say that? Like again, we talking about a game, right? There's gonna be a winner. There's gonna be a loser, right? So you gonna say just because we losing right now, leave?
Yeah, that's gonna tell you why.
That's like telling your players when y'all start losing, just lay down.
But then let's take it a step further.
Go ahead.
That's his wife.
Right.
Why she gonna leave her man? No. You don't know what her level of love is for that man. She gonna stay there to the end and support that man, whether up, down, whatever. She gonna stand on business.
Listen, I feel what you saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Listen, I feel what you saying. I can control my wife. I can control them.
No, you can't.
But the thing,
I can control her.
Yeah.
But I can't control them.
But look at this. But this is the thing. There is no reason. This is a game.
You
right.
that.
No, but I'm saying you gonna say leave because we losing.
No, bro.
That's what you just said.
It's bigger than losing. It's bigger than that.
No,
I'm gonna say this.
It's bigger than that.
I'm gonna say this. This is why our country is so jacked up. If people we put all our value in the wrong thing. Sports, and we're just gonna say sports for right now. What if you put all that passion into being a good person, into your religion, or into serving the community? Our passion is in the love. Our passion is in the wrong places. So I think right there with sports, and we're teaching these kids at an early age to be that passionate about something. You don't even know if that child gonna be playing in the next 5 years,
Right.
Bro, that is so true.
Most of them not.
Right.
Most of them ain't going to college to play.
Oh, no scholarship to play.
Yeah,
That's
and then
true.
Their grades not good.
and then they ain't going to they ain't gonna be pro.
Yeah.
But
And that's the acceptance part. Parents need to realize.
What you guys are saying as far as basically, you should want that support to go all the way down to the wire, win or lose. But as you see, when it comes to sports, people gonna say stuff. Me personally, I understand, baby, you want to stay till we lose to 0-0. At this point, I'm thinking about you, your safety, and everything that comes with it. So if I need you to leave before the game is over, to keep people from starting anything, because I can handle my team, us losing. That's what my focus at. I can't focus on my team losing and focus on somebody who being disrespectful to you in the stand.
That's why you got to hand it off to your assistant. You know what? Assistant, you got this. You're interim. I'm going to handle this.
So now she's in the stand. No, so I'm just devil's advocate. She's in the stands and she hears this stuff, and I'm back there and saying this punk coach, whatever, right? I'm a shooter. Right? She can hear that, right? You still down there, so you're completely vulnerable. Right, at least she's up there, she can hear what's going on, right? Because there's no reason, there's nothing that says just because you losing a game that you say all my people go home.
Okay, but once again, bro, look at the words you just used. You shouldn't be that passionate about it, but some people are.
Some people are, yeah.
Okay,
Everybody passionate level
that,
different.
but you can control her.
You can't.
So Rico,
you see what I'm saying?
So what
my mindset is like, okay, baby, get up out of here. Because guess what? A bullet don't know nobody.
Yeah.
But if you ain't here, that's one person I ain't got to worry about.
Yeah. Well, that you can tell her if she heard something. If you the coach and you as sorry as they saying they are, just tell her don't say nothing. Don't say. Cause they didn't even know what they.
I'm like you. I'm telling my wife, you know what? Go to the car. I'll see you.
She's sitting there and she don't even have to acknowledge them.
Boy,
they might not.
Every wife is different.
Okay, they can sit there and hear somebody dogging you out and not say nothing.
So let's back before we get violent in here. So now,
I'm gonna move my chair.
So all of this stuff.
I want to see y'all coach against each other.
Yeah. So all this right here, all this stuff that's going on, the parents, the coaches, the violence against other parents, the referees.
The referees.
Who sees all of this? The kids.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So the kids see all of this, right? You hitting the kids with this vulgar language, right? So they're hearing it. So what they doing? They soaking it up.
Yeah.
That's all they doing is soaking it up, right?
And they're thinking that's how it's supposed to go.
And so a lot of times in all this stuff, right? And the kids are thinking they got to do certain things or be perfect to please not only their parents but these coaches, right? And you know, and their parents are still thinking that, oh, I'm living through my kids. They're gonna be the next, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever,
whatever, right? So now that's how the cycle continues, right? So they soaking this all up, right? Those same kids eventually one day are gonna be coaches. Yeah. They're gonna be parents. Yeah, that's right.
Or they might make it and be a professional.
Right, and so they're gonna be, but it's gonna be so the cycle continues, right? So we gotta figure out ways to teach, coach these kids, right? Without the profanity, right? Without the violence.
With love.
With love, right? You know what I'm saying?
Violence.
Because I never, because cursing at me ain't gonna make me learn it better.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't gonna make me block better.
I don't say there's anything wrong with raising your voice or being stern, right?
Right.
But some of the words you don't have to use.
Right.
Right.
And it goes down to what you said too, leadership. You know, when you're coaching, you're a leader. Yeah. And people are going to follow your lead, parents included. So if you're teaching the kids the right thing and you're doing all the right things, parents have no choice but to follow.
And once you set that tone,
And these volunteer coaches, I don't know if it's a way to vet them a little bit better. Maybe even though you're volunteering, maybe you need to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know football. Yeah, you know baseball. You know your sport through and through. Right. But do you truly know how to coach kids? Right. So maybe it needs to be a time where you get, you know what I'm saying? It's going to cost money. It's going to cost programs money and stuff like that. But what do you do to teach the coaches how to teach adolescents, right? So we got to go.
They do have. They supposed to have a whole interviewing process when it comes to selecting these coaches.
Yeah, but they don't. They just say, hey, what parent can coach? That's what they do all the time.
That was
all right. So this was a very, very good topic. I've been waiting to address this.
We can tell you was passionate because you was talking about it last
season a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead. Ask Bro Code section. Orlando, you in the hot seat. Go ahead and pick a question and read that one out.
I'm gonna go with my favorite number one.
Oh man, what number one got?
If religion is important to you, does it have to be important to the mate that you choose?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. And we talked about this before, being equally yoked, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it would be very hard to have a life with somebody that beliefs are different, right? Like you think about it. I believe, what's this new term? Agnostic. You know, I don't believe agnostic.
Yeah, agnostic. Yeah.
I don't believe in a higher power, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sleeping every day with somebody who has a higher power.
Oh, who believes in it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's going to be conflict right there.
I don't know, because I was having a conversation with a young lady, and she's in the church. She Bible study on Wednesdays, church on Sunday, you know what I'm saying, reading the Bible, she scriptures and all that. And my question was, I don't necessarily visit the house, but I believe in a higher power.
Right.
You know, how does that, could you date somebody like that? Is that, conflicting to what you believe? Because, you know, in the Bible, and I'm not quoting verbatim, and I'm not a Bible expert, but it says, basically, thou shalt visit the house of the Lord. You know, I'm sure Mr. Tony know that verse very well, you know. But something along that line.
Where is that house? Does it have to be the building?
So my broad thinking is, does it have to be the building? Can it be at my house? I can turn the TV on. I got church right here.
Yeah, when one and two come together, you serve. That's it. That's right. You have church right there.
But you know, to some people, and I even had this conversation with my mom one time, and her thought was because she's older, and her older thinking is church.
So let me as a PK, let me pick it back up.
As a
what? Who?
A pastor's kid.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that? You gotta do.
So,
hey, I don't know these acronyms.
So it's always said that church is in your heart. What I'm saying, religion, all that's supposed to be in your heart.
Right.
Yeah. However, okay, you are supposed to go to the house to worship because yeah, true enough, you can turn your TV on and all that stuff, but look at all the other stuff you do in your house. So is your house really sacred? Or literally, if you just had a big
don't make me argue that now. We ain't got time.
If you just had Big Booty Brenda over yesterday, y'all did some stuff, and now you want to go to Sunday morning and serve in the same house?
Well,
I mean, I'm just saying.
They had Big Booty Brandon in the church in the basement. I mean, come on now. We can argue that point.
What I'm saying is literally, you're supposed to go to the temple to serve.
Okay.
That's what it says in the word. You're supposed to go into the temple.
So what if where you live, there's no temple? Like I live in Alaska somewhere, and I'm all by myself in the wilderness, right? Yeah. So, as long as I can make my connection.
Okay, so then that's
how I feel.
That's like I said, for different people, it's different things.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be an area where you can go that's sacred, where you can just focus on just you and the word and God.
I'm in my
I got a praying room.
my sacred tree.
I got a praying room.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
so like I said, if you got
my praying room,
you got a praying room. If nothing you do in that room is nothing but praying, then that's basically
called like a war room.
If you don't have a way to get to a temple, then if you designated that as your sacred temple, then that's different. But if Big Booty Brenda there, I'm just saying.
So let's read the question again. If religion is important to you, does it have to be important to the mate that you choose?
I think it should. Really, reason why, and once again, to piggyback on what you said, literally you should be equally yoked. Yeah. Okay, because basically, if I'm Baptist and you Muslim, that ain't gonna work. I literally just had a situation where I literally went on a date with somebody. And she was like, "Oh, you a PK?" I was like, "Yeah." And then we had a conversation about church, and she's like, "I don't do all that." Yeah. So my mindset was like, literally, it's like Charlie Brown knocker. Everything you said, I ain't getting things from all that was like, like you say, you don't serve. Oh, it's a rap for me.
But do you think you could have talked to her and changed her thinking? Because at the end of the day, it's you go to church, but you ain't perfect. You're not doing everything perfect that he's telling you to do. So it could be.
It's not about me changing you because that's how you feel. That's you. I'm not mad at you for you want to be like that. Right. But I'm not. And my job is to basically change you.
And that a part of being a good Christian. Isn't that a part of being a good Christian? Huh? Isn't that a part of being a good Christian?
Well, at the same time, listen, it's part of being a good Christian, but it didn't say in the word that you got to run yourself crazy to try to convert somebody.
I'm not going crazy. You can attempt it.
I mean, attempt is having a conversation about it.
Yeah,
you might want to do that. You might want to do that in the date phase too.
I'm gonna say no.
Once again, ask questions.
Because you could have gave up too fast.
No.
Did you even try?
They might be looking for change. You might get change.
Did you try?
I'm gonna say it's not important to me because. I'm gonna pray for both of us. So we both gonna grow.
The funny part about the whole thing was she gave me a whole scenario of how she was sick and all of that and how she got. But I'm like,
Rico.
But hey, we out of here. We're gonna wrap this one up. This was a good topic. Like I said, I've been wanting to talk about this one for a long time.
Yeah, we know.
But thank you for joining. And this was another episode of
Bro Go.
Peace.